I'm Sergeant Richard Ketchum. I go by the name Rick. I work for the Columbus Division of Police. I've been with the division for almost 24 years now. I've been assigned to the Domestic Violence Unit as the sergeant there for almost 6 years. We primarily handle felony cases. The detectives in the unit respond out to calls from patrol after they've responded to a scene or a call for service, and something there indicates to them that it may be a felony level crime, at which point in time they contact us and we respond and take over and handle the investigation at that point. We also handle what we call a lot of enhancements, where we have individuals with prior convictions to domestic violence that maybe now have reoffended, and we look to conduct interviews, conduct follow-up, information gathering, evidence gathering, to bring all of that information to what we call a roundtable meeting, and then it's determined whether or not we are going to proceed with that case as a felony or keep it at the misdemeanor level. I started with the division in 1994, and I can vaguely remember some of my domestic violence training. I'm a firm believer that our training is tenfold better than even what it used to be. When I started with the division is when we were really starting to see a drastic change in how domestic violence was handled. It was the preferred arrest policy had gone into place. You know, I can speak for things that you hear in what we would consider the old days, as far as, hey, we're being involved in family issues inside the home. What right do the police have to come in and involve themselves in family business? Clearly, there was a need to do so, and I think that the changes in laws over that time were very beneficial, because this was a crime that was continuing to happen. People are, or were and are still being, unfortunately, killed as a result of domestic violence. So the response needed to change. And over the last 23, almost 24 years now, our training has gotten better. Our response to domestic violence has exponentially gotten better. And we really strive to try to stay up to date and educate our officers on the latest trends, the best way to handle these types of calls, and how to conduct thorough investigations. Myself and Annie Murray from the prosecutor's office, who's the head of the domestic violence unit there, went to a conference in Boston. And this is where we both first learned about the Lethality Assessment Program, the Maryland model. We were so pleased with the information that we heard that we literally said, okay, we live in a huge city. We know other cities have done this. Where do we start, and how do we bring this here? So literally from 2013 until I think it was April or May of 2015, we worked and applied, were accepted, and went through the process of bringing the program here to Franklin County. So in April or May of 2015, we rolled it out ourselves and approximately 17 other agencies here in Franklin County. I absolutely believe in it. The bottom line is we're trying to save lives. And the sooner we can get victims in touch with services, and with this program, that's basically right then and there at the scene when officers respond, we're helping save lives that way. So to bring this training and start to expand it throughout the state, I think is outstanding. And our goal obviously would hopefully one day that the entire state is involved with the program. One thing I learned very quickly when I took this assignment, even prior to the Lethality Assessment Program, I never thoroughly understood the role that advocates played with victims. And that's not just domestic violence victims, that's victims across the board. We couldn't do our job without them. They play such a vital role in working with folks. They have the ability to spend a significant amount of time in their specialized training to help them through situations and offer them services that we, frankly, as law enforcement officers, wouldn't have the ability to do on the street. So the role of advocacy is tremendous. Oftentimes, we don't necessarily see the direct results because a lot of times it's that handoff from law enforcement to the advocacy and the service provider role. And you know, there's a lot of rules when it comes to confidentiality and information that can potentially be shared down the road. So, you know, I tried to make folks understand that, look, you may not know necessarily that you've saved this person's life, but I can assure you that we're making a difference. You know, because oftentimes we like to see results. The results I can share with you are based upon feedback we get from working with Choices and other folks, and you know, the positive comments we get from victims about their interaction with law enforcement, about their interaction with Choices themselves. And I've had the benefit of speaking to a couple of victims who freely shared with me that as a result of you know, the process they went through and the help that they were able to receive as a direct result of this program, that they were very grateful. So it made a difference in their lives.